Gentlemen, a video was uploaded to YouTube, and it's a
All right, we watched this video yesterday. It was so weird because Mad Max or Mama Max, sorry, was like was like Keemstars like a father to me or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, a video was uploaded to YouTube, and it's a video you need to see. Now, I would link that video, but Twitter would derank this whole Twitter post. You probably wouldn't even see it, because if you send traffic off-site, they don't want anyone to see your tweet, because
Oh, is that true? Because I link all my YouTube like I put clips up on Twitter now, and I link my YouTube videos to it.
they want you to stay on Twitter. So you're going to have to go to YouTube, and you're going to have to look up this video, and it is titled YouTube Pick a Side by MamaMax. Now, here's the deal with this video, right?
Like a little gremlin.
It is MamaMax and a bunch of other creators, like 20 different creators, calling out YouTube for picking sides, right? Siding with the bad guys. See, on YouTube, if you're covering sensitive topics or whatnot, you're covering sexual assault, rape, Me Too movement, pedophile stuff, it seems that YouTube sides with the bad guys and not the good guys, because your video will get demonetized. It won't be promoted, or, you know, you might even get a strike for covering such stuff. And it just doesn't make sense, because every news outlet in the world, other journalists, they're not punished for covering such subjects. No, they still get ads. They still get paid. Why are YouTubers affected by this stuff? So they're challenging YouTube to pick a side. Or you want to be on the side of the bad guys, or you want to be inside of the YouTubers that are doing this investigative journalist type work. Now, I have run into this personally. We have been covering stories on Danny Duncan, and they all got demonetized, and it makes no sense, because in my opinion, I didn't break any rules, all right? I went to YouTube and said, what is going on with this? And YouTube told me that advertisers don't want to put ads on that. What? That makes no sense. Advertisers put ads on sensitive content through every news outlet in the world.
Did he really not get monetized on that? Because I talked about Danny Duncan, and like one of them got demonetized, and then a couple of them got monetized. I guess because he's a larger content creator.
So why not on YouTube? That doesn't make sense. Now, is YouTube lying to me? No, I don't think YouTube's lying to me, right? We went through that whole thing with the adpocalypse, right? And I get why advertisers might have this opinion. I don't think YouTube's lying, but it's time for YouTube to push back and get these videos monetized and support creators that are literally trying their best to out this information, to protect the site and protect the community and protect the YouTube community and make this all a safe and better place. You got to see that video. YouTube, pick a side on YouTube. Ladies,
It's the end on YouTube. Pick a side on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with anything he said. I just don't know how YouTube would push back against advertisers. I don't really know exactly how they would do that, because that really probably is what it is. Is that advertisers don't want to be associated with like sensitive content. I think the biggest thing is that the system used to be very like black and white, monetized or not, and advertisers didn't care, because advertisers don't really give a shit. I want you guys to understand, they don't really care. They'll slap they'll fucking advertise with the KKK. They don't care. It's really what matters is like, how does the public feel about the KKK? You know what I mean? And so the adpocalypse happened, and I remember, like, I think it was triggered by like a Burger King ad on like a really racist song video, like Alabama N-word or something. And so they created this entire algorithm that categorizes things by like level of intensity. It's weird. Like if you get a yellow check mark, or not like a check mark, but a yellow dollar symbol, it doesn't. Not all of them are equal. There's my understanding is that there's different levels of demonetization. Because some people will still get advertisements if the advertiser wants to put their advertisements on videos that are more sensitive, which isn't necessarily the case. Like I remember there was a time where a bunch of Donald Trump videos would show up on my content, because like I wasn't monetized, but Donald Trump will advertise to anybody. He doesn't give a fuck. So at this point, advertisers are just trying to play it safe. I don't know what YouTube could do. I mean, they probably could push back. They could probably say like, "Hey, listen, we're a big platform. We have some sensitive content. We want you guys to start advertising on this, et cetera, et cetera." I do know that YouTube has lowered, I remember seeing a post a while ago. It was maybe a month ago, and YouTube was like, "Yeah, we've made it so that like a little more edgier type content. Not they didn't say these words, but it would get monetized. They've made like I guess lowered the standards or restrictions." And I've kind of noticed it for me personally. I'm not a big content creator though, so it's possible that like I don't know, maybe I just go under the radar, or maybe there's someone at YouTube that just really thinks I'm sexy. This is very possible. But I don't really know. But yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of people doing their own research and their own journalism, and they want to be able to monetize their videos. What I would say is that, like, I think a lot of the people who, you know, it was an array of people who complained about that video. In that video, they complained about YouTube. Like, even less controversial content creators were like, yeah, I get fucked sometimes too, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know exactly what they could do. I mean, I don't really know. It's nice that Keemstar's saying something, though. You know, I don't really disagree with what he's saying. Like, YouTube should be pressured. Because here's the thing. Like, even if you think that YouTube can't do anything about it, creators should be pressing the fuck out of YouTube saying you need to do something about it. Because that's how you get the juices flowing. If you have like an entire creator community screaming at you that they're being unfair to them, and then you have the other side, like the advertiser community saying like, no, don't change things, it forces you in a position where you have to react in some capacity, because you shouldn't want to upset your employees, basically. At the same time, you don't want to upset your money flow. So usually that leads to like innovative solutions on these types of things, I would say. Especially now, though, it makes sense everything's blowing up now, because over this season, a lot of smaller creators get fucked up the ass royally. And like, I'm pissed off. I'm just pissed at YouTube right now because like they have been taking so long to monetize my videos. I've had videos in for 10 days. Like, I'm not trying to get like super into how much I make or anything. I don't know if it's a violation to talk about it, but I was making pretty good money before I got COVID. I'm still making good money. I was making pretty good money before I got COVID. And then I got COVID and I couldn't really post for like a week. And I'm not pulling like a mill, no. And I couldn't really post for a week. And then I came back and I was posting a little more. I still wasn't 100%. And hey, 1 year. Thanks so much, brother.
Captain Nick 5 just resubscribed for 12 months. 1 year.
This is Captain Nike, not like it says something worse. Anyway, I then like through COVID, I lost like $1,000, basically. Just fucked up, right? It was like $1,000 on COVID. Then I came back and I started uploading videos, and they were I had a video that took 11 days to get monetized, and that's only because I complained on the 8th day. I've been having issues getting my videos even like reviewed for monetization. Like, some videos don't get monetized. Like, I made a Billie Eilish porn video, it's not getting monetized. That's fine. The grooming video with like the Disney Star ad, that's not getting monetized. That's fine. But like, they're not reviewing it for that Disney Star one. 8 days took them to review that one. 8 days. Usually it would take a day, which is fine. And I understand slowdowns because of the holiday season, but that's not what's happening. There's no way you're going from reviewing a video every day, like, hey, it's a 1 day video review, to 8 days, 10 days. There's no way you're running at a tenth of your capacity. And when you reach out, they're like, oh, well, you know, it's COVID season, bro. It's been COVID season for 1.5 years, and you guys work from home. I guarantee it. You work on a computer. Shut up. Don't tell. I hate it when people are so like non-transparent about it. Like, they basically just lying to you. Like, oh, well, it's COVID. Okay, it's been COVID. What are you doing? You're probably sitting at home. Shut the fuck up. Don't act like you're like, oh, it's so hard to work because of like, I get it. COVID sucks, but you're not a fucking, you're not like a bus driver. You know, my bus schedule's not slowing down because of COVID. If it was, I'd get it. Other than the bus schedule, bro. You did a fucking computer job. Shut the fuck up. It's like, you think I'm fucking stupid? Altogether, I've lost about $2,500 because of that shit. It's fucking crazy. And it's frustrating. I didn't make like $2,500. It's fucking, and it's Christmas. It's Christmas season. Yo, this tastes fucking sweaty. Ugh. Yeah, it's crazy, right? A lot of money. Frustrating. Frustrating stuff. So good for Keemstar. I gotta finish chewing. No, we didn't watch the Destiny video yet. We're gonna be watching it soon. Let me see. Somebody said something up here. Papa God. I'm a digital media analyst and can tell you most of us who run YouTube ad campaigns have too many things to optimize and monitor to look through things like every channel ad popped up. Most of us just check the box to not sever ads with sensitive topics. Yeah. Oh, interesting. So what you're telling me, okay, I'm a digital media analyst. I can tell you that most of us who run YouTube ad campaigns have too many things to optimize, monitor, to look through things like every channel and ad popped up. Most of us just have to check the boxes, sir. Okay, so what you're saying, okay, this is interesting. So what you're saying is like you guys don't really necessarily give a shit, but there's so many like options that you tune out and you just kind of like be like, yeah, fuck this. That makes sense. So it could be the way that YouTube is presenting its information to people, to like people who are advertising on their platform. Like that might be the problem. They might be a bunch of checkboxes, and like you probably just pick the safe ones. I mean, it was just a piece of broccoli in my beard. Don't freak out. That makes sense. So they might want to do a better job at making their options more palatable with better colors. I know that sounds weird, but like I don't know exactly how it works. But I imagine like you open up and you get your first question. It's like, hey, do you like fat balls? Or something like, do you want to advertise on people who talk about fat balls? And then you'll get this option. You'll get a bunch of options. So you get 4 options, right? You get to grade it. So it's like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Or like, yeah, I guess that's not so bad. And it's like, nah, probably not, but whatever. This one's like, definitely don't like fat balls. They might put, and they actually do this. It's not even a joke. It's possible that here, they put something green here. I know that sounds weird, but like when I do my monetization checks on YouTube, there's a bunch of check boxes. And like if you click a box, it shows a green light or a yellow light or a red light. And like psychologically, I don't want a yellow light. So you try to stay away from those. So if they have the rest of these options, like let's say this is yellow, and this is red. A lot of times you might just be like, okay, well, I'm checking through here. It's like, well, I see green. That's the one I like. Boom, done. Whereas if YouTube changed it up a little bit and they said, you know what? This one's actually green as well. And then this one's yellow. And then this one's red. People might sit there and go, like, all right, let me just read this. And you might say, oh, you know what? I think I'm okay with this one. I know this seems really watered down, but I feel like this is actually possible. There's a possibility that this is something that exists. I don't know how exactly they do their checks for people. So, sorry, I'm just chewing. That's how it works, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much what I figured. That's pretty much what I figured. Yeah, so they need to do like a better job of making. They need to do a better job of making like more sensitive content more palatable by advertising less palatable content as more palatable, because the advertiser I don't think gives a shit as long as there's no backlash for them. So like it's like, hey, whatever. And I think people understand that, especially at this point, that like there's a massive disconnect between advertisements and videos. Like you might see a My Little Pony video or advertisement on one of my videos. Do you think that I like My Little Pony? Not publicly. No, but I don't like it. You know that I'm not getting. It doesn't matter if I like it, but the point is like I'm not getting an actual advertisement from My Little Pony. They didn't go, yeah, put this on Papa Gut's video. You don't know, honestly, though. I probably could get into My Little Pony, but after watching, I watched this special, I think, on Netflix a while ago, and it's like it was a brony net thing, and everybody was so cringe. And I've seen the brony videos, like I've seen like the grown men go to like My Little Pony conventions, and they like rag off these theories about how like, oh, isn't there like a sexual tension between such and such? And they're like, this is a kid's show. No, you made that up. It's insane. It's insane.